Welcome back to another video. Today we are in the Summer Cup Great League, and let's run a different team. We got the Talonflame paired with the Azumarill with the Cradily. So here it's kind of a neutral matchup here. We're going to have to invest a shield just to keep on affecting their Charge Bug. We do threaten a Flame Charge here. They decide to just let it go. So we see what's in the back. Ends up being the Quagsire. So we're going to switch out into the Azumarill. We have Azumarill and the Cradily to kind of deal with this Quagsire. Our opponent here does end up throwing a Mud Bomb, which is going to do some good neutral damage. We're going to build up a lot of energy here. Throw the Ice Beam. This Ice Beam does get shielded, which is great for us. But it does reveal to our opponent we most likely are not running the Hydro Pump. They are going to be able to get to another Mud Bomb here. We already have another move ready, so we're just going to make sure we throw this move on good timing. This Ice Beam here will not KO, but it gets it into the low yellow. We switch out into the Cradily. They switch out into their Vigoroth. So Vigoroth here still doing some good fast move pressure. They're going to be able to throw a move here. We're going to allow it to go through. Rock Slide does a neutral damage. We're going to go for another Rock Slide here. This Rock Slide does get the shield from our opponent. We're trying to get to another move. Unfortunately, they get the farm down. And now we have to beat this Vigoroth with the Talonflame. Talonflame here is one more Incinerate away from a move. We're going to have to shield here no matter what, just to preserve the health. They decide to switch out into their Quagsire. This Quagsire ends up throwing the Mud Bomb. Mud Bomb is not going to be enough. We are going to be able to build up to 2 flies here. One fly goes, takes out the Quagsire. Another fly comes through, and it's going to take out this Vigoroth. So GG's to our opponent, able to win that game with the Talonflame. So Talonflame saved from the first lead and ended up closing the game for us. So that's kind of cool. The team is kind of balanced in the sense that we have the Azumarill and the Cradily dealing with the potential water types. However, Charge Bug, kind of a problem, but better to see it in the leads like we did last time. So here we're going to have to face up against a Vigoroth. This Vigoroth here ends up taking the first Flame Charge. We already invested 1 shield. We're going to have to invest another one just to keep this alive. Ends up being the Rock Slide, so that was the right shield. They are going to use their Wish Cache here. We're going to switch out into the Cradily, see what they have in the back. Okay, so Cradily, kind of a core breaker for their backline. This is most likely going to get both of their shields eventually. They can survive one of these Rock Slides, so they do allow that Rock Slide to go through. Our opponent here ends up going for a X Scissor. Doesn't quite KO, trying to get to another move, and we get fainted on that last Bull Switch. So that is not great news for us. Here we're going to have to go into our Talonflame, and it doesn't get the move off, and that is huge for them because now they're going to come back in with their Wish Cache. Wish Cache is going to do a lot of neutral Mud Bombs here. Unfortunately, we don't have Hydro Pump here, so we don't threaten one-hit KO from this range. But maybe we get a shield from this. Let's see if our opponent is going to invest the shield. No shield. They are going to put everything on the line with their Charge Bug, so this is not looking good for us. We need to somehow build up to 2 Ice Beams, but we cannot hold 2 Ice Beams, so we're going to have to allow this Mud Bomb to go through. Then they're going to come back in with their Charge Bug, already getting a Bull Switch in, they shield, and that is the KO. So GG's to our opponents, unable to get off that Talonflame's move, threatening a potential shield kind of cost us the game right there, but that was a close game nonetheless here. All right, terrible matchup here. We're going to have to switch out into the Cradily. They switch out into their Magcargo. Okay, this is not the worst situation. We've gone from a bad lead to an okay switch. You can see right here, we are able to get those Rock Slides off. They go for the Rock Tomb to debuff their attack, but this next Rock Slide is going to get a shield regardless, or they're just going to lose the lead or switch. So that's why this was kind of okay. So we're just going to allow this one to go through. They go for the Overheat, so they reveal Rock Tomb and Overheat. They are debuffed currently, and all we have to do now is go into our Azumarill to get a little bit of energy advantage. And now we're going to hook 2 shields with our backline. Is going to be able to win the game. Okay, they come in with their Vigoroth, but it looks like, I don't know if this is a visual glitch or they're just not doing any moves. Okay, it looks like they did end up losing connection or glitching out. So yeah, it looks like they had the Vigoroth lurking in the back, which we had 2 answers for, and then we were going to have 2 shields to deal with their end game here. So let us know if you think that we would have been able to win this matchup right here against this Jellicent. Would have been the tougher one to tougher one to take down. But with the 2 shields, we potentially could have won this game, I believe. So GG's to our opponent right here. Unfortunately, it looks like they did lag out, but we are going to be able to take them out after this flag goes through. So yeah, that team right there kind of a little bit balanced with the Vigoroth and the Justin core. And then they had a very interesting Macargo lurking in the back. Luckily it wasn't anything else, because we did get a shield out of that situation. So here we go again. We got the Shadow Cradily versus our Talonflame. We're doing some neutral damage here, and then we're going to farm up a little bit, switch out into the Azumarill, trying to catch a Rock Slide, but they were patient enough to throw the grass down, so doing some huge damage. Our opponent here does reveal that they have Charge Bug in the back, so at least we bait out the Charge Bug. We're going to be able to get one Flare Off to go through, and then they're going to be able to farm us down, which is not great. We know that they already have a move, so we're just going to allow this first one to go through. We can survive the first one. Discharge does a huge amount of damage. We already have Flame Charge ready. We're going to throw the Flame Charge immediately, taking out this Charge Bug, getting the boost, and then let's see what they come back in with. They come in with the Quagsire. So we save some energy on the Talonflame. We switch out into our Cradily. This is going to be the Stone Edge doing some neutral damage. Doesn't quite do that much damage, but you can see here, now they're just going to spam Aqua Tails. These Aqua Tails will chip away, but we're going to threaten a KO with our Grass Knot, so they do invest a shield. Here, we're going to allow this Aqua Tail to go through again, trying to get to another move. Ends up being the Rock Slide towards their Cradily. Cradily ends up taking that Rock Slide, which is going to put it in range of a potential farm down after this Flame Charge. Let's see what they end up doing. They allow it to go through. We're going to be able to build up a ton of energy because these Mud Bums are not doing anything. And we did get a little bit of a boost with the Flame Charge, so we invest one shield right there. Another Incinerate does get through, so we're going to shield again. Does that last Incinerate take it out? Yes, it does. So GG's to our opponent, able to win that game with 2 shield Talonflame, beating the Mud Boy and the Cradily right there. So nice energy management on that end. All right, let's see if we can end up on a good note here. We're going to have the Talonflame versus the Quagsire, Shadow Quagsire. These Stone Edge would hurt a lot, so we don't have to worry about that move until later. We're going to switch out into the Azumarill here. Do we catch a Stone Edge? Yes, we do. Okay, so we bait out the Charge Bug. This Charge Bug here is already at a move. We're going to have to let it go. Ends up being the Discharge. We are able to survive it, which is lucky for us. So we're going to be able to chip away at this Charge Bug with a Play Rough. We know that they're very close to another Discharge here, but we do have energy on our Talonflame. We are going to have to think about shielding here. We're going to let it go. Discharge does go through. We are able to survive it. Unfortunately, unable to Incinerate down, so we have to switch out into the Cradily to snipe the energy. At least we have a little bit of energy advantage. We're going to go for the Rock Slide here versus this Vigoroth. Vigoroth here is going to have to get to 2 moves, but we do have 2 shields, so we got to prioritize shields on the Cradily or the Talonflame. Let's figure it out. One Body Slam does get used. We ended up using 1 shield there, and then they're going to throw another Body Slam. We're going to have to use another, and then they're going to switch right back into their Quagsire. We're going to go for the Grass Net, 1-hit KO, and then we're going to threaten a... unfortunately, we're not going to have 2 moves to take out this Vigoroth. We don't have a move on the Cradily, and they are able to come out with at least okay, they go for the Rock Slide. So GG's to our opponent. Check out this team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.